Hello everybody and welcome to the next section and next tutorial, and where we're going to be talking about making decisions. So far our program we did in a linear way. Basically, when we started to run our program right here from the main, from the top, and we made a lot of statements here to print, to do certain things. We always ran in a row. So the program, when it actually executed, it ran from top to bottom with no jumping around or doing anything else. But it becomes kind of boring, and this is not how most of the programs work out there. So for that reason, we need to make our program so it can make decisions, so it can interact with the user, or if it has certain conditions, it would do something else. To explain to you in a little bit graphical way, we always make decisions in our real life, right? For instance, you get up in the morning and you check the weather, and if it rains, you grab an umbrella and you go to work with umbrella, right? Or if you run out of milk, you go to the store and get it. So in our lives, we always make decisions, and programs do the same thing. They don't really think, but they make decisions based on the user input, or when we program it, based on calculations and based on the stuff that we put inside the program to make decisions on it. So to explain it in a way like this, so we had before a program, so you would start here and it would continue executing and do some statements here, and then it would do another statement, and it would continue follow through all the way to the end, and it would be over here when our program would finish. Okay, so this is kind of a boring way. What right now we're going to be learning is when our program actually starts, it will come to some point in our program where it would be a decision making right here in the middle, and it would split the program in two different ways, for instance, right? So it would do one thing here, and then if it's one way, it would go to the right, and if it's the other way, it would go to the bottom, and then it would execute this, and then it would come back here again, and this would be end of our program. Okay, so this would be a one way to kind of make decisions here, and right here inside we would have an if statement, which we're gonna take a look at in the next tutorial. But basically, if one condition meets here, it would split in each way. So if it's yes, if it's not. Okay, and so another program that a similar way we're gonna look at it is if we started here and it would come and make a decision here, and based on what's in here, it would split, and it would split kind of like this way, and it would do its own statements on its side, and it would finish, it would do maybe another one, and it would finish here kind of like that, and the other one would go another way and finish it right there. Kind of, it's not necessarily how it works, but just graphically how I would describe this: when the program splits and comes back to the same kind of point, they kind of meet together, like they kind of met up right here, and this kind of program never met after it splits, right? So this is basically how the program we would structure, and in our programs, in many programs actually, we will do many of the statements, if statements, where our program will make decisions based on either user input or calculations inside our program they would have to code. Okay, so in the next tutorial, we're gonna take a look at a Visual Studio and the code and see how we can code these if statements. Okay, thank you for watching, guys, and see you next tutorial.